13 episodes ago, I built an agent that answered real customer support tickets, and it got almost half of them wrong. That's the kind of demo that looks fine in a meeting and falls apart in the real world. So here is the question I want to answer today, the same one this whole course has been circling around. Can honest measurement alone turn a shaky demo into something you'd trust with real production traffic? This is the finale. There is no new build today, just the whole story. Welcome back, and this time it really is the end. 3 things in order, so you always know exactly where we are. First, the honest journey, the real scorecard from where we started to where we actually landed. Second, the architecture itself, the layers we built, one per episode, now visible as one whole machine. Third, the part that outlives this SDK, cold starting a completely different agent. One more honesty note and then I'll stop saying it. The ticket volume in this course was always a curated replay set. The builds, the traces, the incident, and the code were all real. Let's start with the number, all of it including the flat part. We started at 56%, worse than a coin flip on judged, replayed tickets. Least privileged tools pushed the number into the high 60s. Our first proof a bigger fix was coming. A context pack took it further, past 80 for the first time. Memory across tickets landed next, then one well-judged subagent, and the number kept climbing. By version 4, we'd hit 92%, and for a moment it looked like this would just keep climbing forever. Then something happened that I didn't expect. The climbing stopped. From version 5 onward, the line barely moved, settling at 88 and holding there. The effort after version 4 went into cost, security, deployment, and keeping watch, not into a higher percentage. What actually makes an agent production ready has nothing to do with the demo score. It's whether you can afford to run it, defend it, and debug it when you're half asleep. That's the number story. Now let's look at the machine it actually built. Now let's look at the machine itself, the thing all those percentage points were actually building. Watch it assemble, because every layer here earned its spot by moving a number, not by looking good in a diagram. At the base sits the agent loop and a set of least privileged tools wired in through MCP. Wrapped around that is an eval harness, so every change actually got measured. On top came the context pack, then memory that carried across tickets. One subagent sits in there too, added only because a major test earned it a place. That's the capability stack, responsible for the climb from 56 to 92. Everything above it is the production stack, responsible for surviving contact with the real world. A cost guard that caches and enforces a hard budget ceiling, plus a security layer with a permission hook that actually fires. A headless entry point to run without a human at a terminal, plus structured records for every ticket. Plus the discipline to run a real incident when something breaks silently. Most of that stack has nothing to do with this SDK. The tool syntax will change, evals, least privilege, and cost ceilings will not. And that's the part I want to hand you next. Here is the part that outlives this course. The reason I built this as a kit, not a one-off agent. Say you build something completely different tomorrow, a scheduling agent, a research agent, anything. How much of everything we just looked at would you actually have to rebuild? Almost none of it. And that surprised me the first time I tried it myself. The eval harness is generic, so you swap the golden tasks and keep the runner and grader as they are. The cost guard and the permission hook both move over as is, a budget ceiling plus an allow list pointed at your new tools. The memory store, the entry point, the trace view, and the injection tests all transfer too, along with the shared kit. Call this the scaffolding, not a copy of the agent, which turns a clever demo into something you'd put your name on. Agent number 2 starts on day 1, where this agent stands on day 13, because you are not rebuilding the discipline from zero. You already have it, sitting in a repo waiting to be reused. Here they are, the 5 things worth keeping, even without any of the syntax. 1. Change exactly one thing at a time and measure it, because that's the only way to know what caused it. 2. Honest receipts beat a good story, and the episodes where the number went against me taught me more than the wins did. 3. Don't trust the model. To be safe, cheap, or fast, constrain it instead, so it doesn't have to be perfect. 4. A control isn't real until you've actually watched it say no to something. I built a guard early on that passed every test I threw at it. It quietly did nothing once it hit production, and that one taught me the hard way. 5. Cost and your slowest responses are things you design for from day 1, not problems you patch later. Your users don't feel your average response time, they feel the slow ones that make them think something's broken. Those 5 ideas are the actual course. The SDK we used was only ever how we practiced them. So here is the whole thing in one frame. A support agent that went from wrong almost half the time to something measured, hardened, deployed, and debugged on camera. We didn't get here with a smarter model. It's the same model doing the same work throughout. We got here by building discipline around it, one measured change at a time, never trusting a check mark we hadn't earned. So let me answer the question I opened this course with. Yes, honest measurement really can turn a shaky demo into something you trust in production. And yes, you can hand that discipline to a different agent and watch it start ahead of where this one did. Everything is in the repo, on the branch, for every episode kit included, ready to cold start your own agent. The number I actually want you to remember is 88, not 92, because that's where this agent honestly stands today. 92 was our best moment, but 88 and the flat line are where an agent stops being a demo and starts being a product. Thank you for building this with me, all 13 episodes of it. If any of this was useful, the whole course sits right here in order, and the starter kit lives in the companion repo. That kit is the scaffold, the eval harness, the cost and permission guards, and the runbook ready for you to fork today. Build your next agent better than this one turned out. Measure it, constrain it, and show your own receipts, because that's the whole job and it never really changes. I'm Vivek, thank you for watching. Now go build something real of your own.